Hi there, my name is Joseph Ruddell and this is my PPSI assignment 2. So what is reflection? Reflection is an important tool that we can use to evaluate ourselves, evaluate our experiences, our flaws and our strengths. It allows us to really start planning our futures because if we know what we've done, we can see what we can change. There's many ways in which we can reflect, and personally I like to use Gibbs' reflective cycle. So this is an example of Gibbs reflective cycle. It covers 6 stages: descriptions, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, and then an action plan. It's quite simple to set it out, and it's my preferred option. So this is a little bit about placement. I worked for a company called CXK, who also work alongside the National Careers Service. Their role is to transform the lives of young people and adults across the South, helping getting them into work, training, and just improving their quality of life. Our aim was very simple. It was just to do the best we can for our clients and ensure that our beneficiaries are supported and empowered in the best way that they can be. My role was part of the marketing department. I worked in a team of 3, just doing the daily management of social media channels, a lot of compilation and dispatch of email marketing, design of social media assets, which I will show some of later on in this presentation. Familiar with the internal system, which was quite complicated, uploading new content, copywriting, and case study filming. I also assisted in a few other tasks, which I'll reference throughout the rest of this presentation. So first off, just want to talk about my personal development. Quite a crucial thing for me is developing myself as a leader, and it's a really key area in which I feel I need to grow. So while I was on placement, the opportunity to lead a filming of a case study came up, and I was straight on the task. It was first to put my hand up to say, I want to do this, I want to lead this, which was already the first step towards getting that development for myself. During the task, I was responsible for dealing with people who controlled the lighting, cameras, interviewers, interviewees, and all the questions that were asked, which is quite a big task to be trusted with, given I'd only been there, well, a few days at this point when I just started. So that was quite a big responsibility. And taking the lead in projects like this is really good for personal development, and I was really able to put myself out there, and the best thing that came from it is I did such a good job that I got such trust from my management straight away that the rest of the 3-week period I was on placement was brilliant. They let me just get on with what I need to get on with. They trusted everything I could do, and they let me make some really key decisions. It's really important for future management that I develop these good leadership skills, because if I want to be able to lead people and I want them to listen to me, I have to be confident in that. Next, I'd just like to talk about how it helped my academic development. One key area of the development that I highlighted is that my academic writing is an area that I'm really proud of within myself, but I really need to learn how to write in a more effective way, cutting out all the words and sentences that aren't necessary. I spend so much of my essays just writing and writing and writing, and actually it's the same content just repeated and repeated, and it really does hamper me when it comes to marking. So to tackle this, I made sure I was given the opportunity to do plenty of writing tasks, from stuff like a huge staff bulletin. I made sure I was on all the emails, do the internal communications, just so I could adapt myself to different writing styles, different ways to do it, and having access to things like the company Twitter really helped me, because you only get 140 characters, so you really have to get your point across in the correct way, which really helped my future academic writing. Academic writing is key to a successful future, and this is one of the main reasons why I really wanted to improve it, because I feel in my future career I have to be able to adapt to these situations and write in a better way, and write in a way that comes across well, rather than just repeating myself over and over and over again. So more on my academic development. One module that I took this year at university was called Research and Practice, which allowed me to take part in a mini dissertation group study, which really prepared me well for my MIS this year, because what it meant is I did all the research, I did all the practice, I learned my structure, I learned how to do methodology, and we got a 64, so quite a high standard, almost a first, which really set me up for the future. I'm able to use these knowledge and skills that I've learned to achieve sort of the best grade I can from now on, which is really, really good for me. Next, just like to talk about my career development a little bit. So my time at 6K gave me an excellent insight into the professional world, and it really helped me decide what sort of future career I want to have. For someone like me, there is little to no boundaries in terms of where my career can lead. We live in an age where anyone can do anything and accepted that anyone can do anything. And I really saw that at CXK because giving people the opportunity to find work helped me find more work. Working with these young people that were some of them similar age to me, some of them younger than me, seeing them work out where their career was going was really inspiring, and it gave me so much hope for my future because now I know what I want to do, and that's continue in the marketing industry and hopefully for a charity like this at CXK, because it's just such fulfilling work and I went to work every day happy, cheerful, and it was a good place to be, and I really think that's good for me. And I know that I can use the knowledge I've gained when speaking to future employers, and they will see that I have got this experience, I have got this work, and it really will benefit my future. And while I was at 6K, the tasks I completed were quite often to a consistently high quality. Lots of management of social media, design tasks, filming, editing, which is quite big for me because I'd never done any design and very limited film and editing. So in 3 weeks, I was thrown right in the deep end. It was difficult. A lot of it was very difficult, but I persevered, I pushed through, and it was to a very high standard according to my manager, which was made me very pleased. This level of quality really does reflect well on myself because I gained respect from her. And I will gain respect from future employers when they see the work that I have done, and that I can say that I did it in such a short time. And hopefully they'll trust that. And trust is a really important bond to have in the workplace. It forms groups and it creates a really efficient workplace environment for yourselves. So this is a quote from my manager when she left me a review. Joe is very suitable for a career in marketing. He is creative, intelligent, and able to cope with a fast pace of work. He is personable and able to collaborate well with others, essential for a marketing role. He seemed to enjoy and thrive in his placement, and from our perspective, was a valued member of the team for his duration of his time with us. And that was quite important to me because I really like having those interpersonal relationships with work, and the fact that I could have someone think this highly of me after just 3 40-hour weeks was massive. I've never had that, and it was really helpful, and it's already pushed me on this path for my future because I'm like, if she can trust me that much after 3 weeks, then what can an employer do if I work for them for years? So that was quite big for me. Next, I'd just like to talk about my action plan for the future a little bit. So I said earlier that I wanted to grow myself as a leader, and as I said, it's really useful. I want to go into management. I want to go into leading, and to do that, you have to be a good leader. You have to be valuable to your employer. I don't. My boss's boss doesn't want to be telling me what to do. I have to tell the people that are working for me what I need from them, what they can do, and I want them to trust me. And to do that, it's just growing myself, growing my confidence. And to do this, I've got a few ideas. I want to really grab the initiative and challenges. For example, uni group projects. I really want to put myself out there to lead them and be in charge of them. And I may or may not have some next year, but if I do, I'm going to be first in line to be like, this is what I want, this is what I want to do, this is how I want us to do it, and really put my ideas forward. And there's a study by Coors and Posner, which is to do with the 5 fundamentals of becoming a leader. And I'm going to really study that over the next year and generate all my goals off that and set myself a basis for the future. I feel it will have a really positive effect on my development as a leader, and it will result in more interest from future employers, as I feel they'll see that I have leadership traits and that I can apply for a greater selection of roles in their company and they will want me. And my target date for this is the end of the next academic year. So my next one is about how I wanted to write effectively and a bit more efficiently. And this is important because when I come to write my MOS, I need to write academically and effectively, conveying my points in the correct way. I won't have the luxury of having to be able to repeat myself. I have to write well enough that hopefully one day my dissertation might even be published and I can get a first and really get the grade that I want. And a study by Poutrich highlights the importance of being able to write academically and how useful it is when I come to employment. It talks about how I can use the correct writing styles for the right occasion, and an employer will see that and value that because then they know I'll be efficient at work, and efficiency is excellent in the workplace. To practice this, I've got many essays to do over the next academic year, and I'm just going to ensure that I keep a high level of my academic work while refining the way in which I write. And this will cut out any unnecessary information, reducing my word counts, and allows me to fit more crucial and important information in and really hit those higher grade boundaries. I also feel that when I'm writing, the more efficient I am, I will complete it in better time, which reduces my stress and will definitely allow more time for corrections and refinement. And again, my target for this is the end of next academic year. My final goal is to search my start for postgraduate roles. I feel it's important to look towards your future and look at what sort of opportunities you can have, and I think the best time to do that is start now, because if I look now, I will have the best opportunities available to me. I'll be first in line for the roles, and for my development I think it will really help because I will learn even more about the type of roles that are available to myself and really set myself on that career path that I've been spent my entire life building to. I've been working in jobs since I was 14, and I've always had a career, and I will always want a career, and so having this type of goal will really push myself forward. I think one key factor at beginning this search early is that it will take away from the stress that I might feel at the end of the year. If I know what I'm doing and where I'm going, I won't have the extra stress of not knowing where my future is going to go after uni. And that's really important to me, and I feel that will also improve my work because I won't be stressing about my future. I will be set in my plans and I know what I'm going to do. And my target date for this is the start of the next academic year, so over the summer I'm going to be searching for roles, and I will continue that throughout the year. So these are the references from my presentation, and then a couple of appendices about some of the work that I did. So my first one was just about my first week, a lot of design work here on the right, and on the left just a little talk about what I did and how I felt and my reactions to things and how I reflected upon those. In the second week was again a lot more of design work, the case study filming, and just a little bit about being productive in the workplace and how that helps people. My third geometry was about my final week, and as you can see here, I did a lot of projects all in a short space of time, and that for me that really highlighted my ability to be efficient and work well, which was how I was able to set my goals for this, because I knew what I was doing, I knew where I was going, and stuff like the staff e-bulletin here on the left really allowed me to free my writing style up, because there were multiple huge pieces in there and short little notifications that staff needed. I had everything in there, and then the case study is also there at the bottom left, which I was in charge of. And my final one was just an overview of my whole 3 weeks, a little bit about my development over time, and a bit about the recommendations that I got from my manager. So my final appendices is my supervisor evaluation. She gave me 10 out of 10 in every single area and stated that I did the full 120 hours over my 3 weeks. She wrote how I was very suitable for a career in marketing, I'm proactive, I'm self-motivated, and how I was a very much a big valued member of the team over the 3 weeks, which meant quite a lot to me. So thank you for watching my PPSI presentation.